and spread peace, not war. All this talk of all the stuff that's going on, I mean, all the political stuff, trying to between humanity and God. Let us go down that path. Are one united in Jesus' name.
I can't see him returning to at least in 2026, perhaps beyond as well. Be upset that he actually chose to take and focus on something. But that's just a personal. Yeah, my heart really goes out to him.
This is something they're going to have to deal with, you know, over the next weeks and years and months, as the families come to loss.
You mentioned it because those two guys that he really. So it's definitely going. And you know, if I could put shoes and wanna, I mean, that's tough. Tough to be, tough to see. I mean, tough to be around. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even surprised if he said, you know, I'm.
When tragedies inside the ring, even champions are forced to face a fight bigger than boxing. The world is asking if Joshua should ever fight again. After Joshua, the entire boxing world is left shaken by the accident, while some have begun criticizing for chasing clout and manipulating the gain. Tyson Fury stepped forward with powerful and heartfelt, reminded everyone to remain united in the moment, emphasizing rivalries don't mean fighters are brothers. Fury and Joshua made it clear that respect, humanity come first, no matter what happens.
This goes out to you. This goes out to Muslims, Jews, blacks, whites, Chinese, everybody on earth. This goes out to you. We are not. We are under God, united. That's what we let no spokesperson drive your wedge. Humanity. The brothers and sisters, one. Enemies, brothers and sisters under God. We all came from Adam and Eve. In the beginning, everybody on. Remember that. And spread peace, not.
Amid the shock, Fury, one of boxing's recognizable heavyweights, longtime potential rival Anthony Joshua, chose over competition. Putting years of rivalry aside, he used social grief and solidarity on. Fury called the incident heartbreak, prayers for the lost and strength to. He also shared a reflective Joshua discussing that beyond title fights, humanity first, and even the rivals stand together in times of tragedy. Joshua is being described as nothing short of a miracle. He was seated in the back of the vehicle, one friend beside him, while and another passenger tragically lost their lives. His survival, some calling it divine. Although his physical condition is not believed to be in serious danger, the emotion is deep. The two victims, members of his team, leaving Joshua mentally shaken, could have a lasting impact on the future and.
It's a very sad event indeed.
Yeah, definitely come to obviously the sheer lottery, you know, where AJ decided to sit is, you know, how that accident from the and from the things that have developed, it appears that AJ was sat in the vehicle behind the driver, and his two friends were sat, one on next to him and the other one driver. Yeah, and those are lost.
So they would have.
They took the impact, which is just some of this footage that's circulating as well. A bit voyeuristic.
Online chatter about what could happen in the Fury fight in 2026. Many professionals have stressed the timing of such. The overwhelming advice has been to prioritize his well-being and focus on his health and future fight speculation. That, given the tragic nature of the incident and the emotional weight of losing two of his closest friends, Josh's energy or mental clarity required to return at the highest level, is suggesting it may be away from boxing.
In the immediate of the accident, about what does this mean for the Tyson Fury? I don't really care about it.
No, he
I
right now.
know, but on a personal level, like I strongly want him to focus on his well-being, and, emotional recovery from. I think an incident like on a personal level would me, and I don't know how I'm done. I personally can't see him returning to the ring. At 2026, perhaps beyond as well. Be upset that he actually chose to and focus on something different.
Reflecting on the days leading up to Anthony's tragic car crash, Gareth A. moments with Joshua, including his advice to focus on recovery last fight with Jake Paul, the to everyone, including Davies himself, the immense personal loss he has endured. He now Joshua's future in boxing is as the emotional trauma from the tragedy is profound. It is clear, returning anytime soon is unlikely, as the impact is far beyond speculation or simple recovery.
They were clearly to through that period saying to me that 9 days body recovering kind of things and then get back into camp again. Speculating, the reports are out there for everyone in terms of what happened. They were very unlucky, and were extremely lucky, not to escape with this. That this is something that they're going to have to, over the next years, as they come to terms with their loss.
Situation, Greg shared his thoughts, emphasizing that the impact of the tragedy will haunt Anthony Joshua for a long time. He advised that if he were in his position, stepping away from boxing would be a serious decision. In line with this, Hackett urged Joshua to consider now, recognizing that he has endured the toughest and most traumatic incidents of his life, and prioritizing must come before anything else.
It's definitely going to because those obviously two guys that he really with. It's definitely going to with him mentally. If I could put myself in his, I probably wouldn't want to fight anymore. That was tough. Be a part of, tough to see, tough to be around. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even be surprised if he said, I'm. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised.
And it just got me thinking because tomorrow, so this, like, just a lot of shit. Drunk on New Year's. He said, if you got to stay in the house.
Follow. While the world urged to step away from boxing, conspiracy theories. Fannin from One highlighted a claim made by content creator DJ Academics. Without examining the facts, DJ Academics blamed Joshua for the crash, despite the fact that he was a passenger, not the driver. Fannin further noted that even if Joshua had been driving, the accident was caused by a tire blowout, an event entirely beyond anyone's control. This serves as a reminder of how quickly misinformation can spread in the wake of tragedy.
DJ Academics is one of these, is a content creator that deals in a lot of rumor, a lot of stuff within the rap community. And he put out on his page, there's no way this guy could have read the news, because as soon as it came out, they were clear that AJ was a passenger in the car, not a driver in the car. But that guy actually blamed AJ by saying AJ was driving the car. Now, let's just also think for a second that even if AJ was driving the car, how do you know that he did it? If a tire blew on the car and the car loses control, that's nothing that was not under the control of the driver of the car, and the accident took place.
The tragic news of Anthony Joshua's car crash struck a chord with Gerald Miller, known as Big Baby. Though they aren't friends, Miller took to Instagram to offer his heartfelt support, writing, "We ain't friends, but as warriors and human beings, my heart goes out to you. Prayers go out to you, your friends, and family. Get well, Bruv." life is truly too short. The post highlighted how Joshua's ordeal resonated beyond his immediate circle, even reaching fellow fighters who understand the fragility of life. Soon after, Miller shared that he himself had been struck by similar misfortune. In a video, he explained that while Joshua's accident initially didn't impact him much, it soon weighed heavily on his mind. What if that was my cousin or my homeboys, my road dogs, reflecting on the vulnerability everyone faces? This thought made him connect deeply with Joshua's experience and prompted his earlier message of support.
I wasn't even going to say nothing about this, but listen, when I first heard about the age situation, it didn't really affect me too much. I hope he was all right. And of course, more information started coming out. And it started really tinkering back in my head like, what if that was my cousins or my homeboys, my road dogs? And that really started to really feel for the brother. So, I made that post up about, his speech about life and, life is too short. I kid you not, on my kids, within 5 seconds of me posting that, my little cousin posted up a picture and a video of him and my aunt in a car accident. 2 o'clock in the morning, LA time, where somebody was speeding over the bridge, rear-ended them and almost knocked them off the bridge into the water.
The reality hit even closer when Miller received devastating news. His cousin and aunt had been involved in a serious car accident. On my kids, within 5 seconds of me posting that, my little cousin posted a picture and video of him and my aunt in a car accident, he recounted. The incident occurred late at night in LA when a speeding vehicle rear-ended them, nearly pushing their car off a bridge into the water. Choking up, Miller admitted he struggled to find words, but extended support to Joshua and urged people not to circulate crash videos, emphasizing the emotional impact such content can have, especially on children.
You don't know what other people are going through. And even though AJ, we not on the best terms, man, I feel for this brother, man. Because it could have been my family, could have been my friends. And, I feel like, man, it's mentally, kind of draining looking at this stuff all day online. And like I said, I didn't really see nothing too graphic until this morning. Was like, now I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life, man. I've seen dead bodies before and all that.
The boxing world has been left stunned after Anthony Joshua was involved in a devastating car crash, an incident that threatens both his physical health and his fighting future. Just as he was preparing for what could have been a final push toward greatness, tragedy struck in an unimaginable way. Losing 2 close team members has taken a heavy emotional toll, and many in the boxing community are urging Joshua to prioritize his well-being. This accident is a stark reminder that some battles can't be fought in the ring, and his safety must come first.
An unimaginable tragedy like this, and it's just a sad scene. Here's the car. It's almost a miracle that AJ made it out alive, and you can see why, unfortunately and tragically, 2 people did not. But it makes you realize that in a day like today, no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of accomplishments in this world will matter in terms of the precious value of life. Life is precious, and no matter if you make no money, no matter if you make tons of money, sure, your living experience will be different, and some live, quote unquote, better than others, but the ultimate gift is life. And it didn't matter today that AJ was one of the biggest stars a week ago in the world. It didn't matter that he had this record-breaking boxing match. Didn't matter that he got paid a ton of money. Didn't matter that he was worth a ton of money.
Anthony Joshua had only recently returned to the ring after more than a year away, scoring a dominant victory over Jake Paul on Netflix in one of the biggest paydays of his career. The win was meant to mark a fresh chapter and the start of a carefully planned final stretch toward greatness. Instead, tragedy struck with a devastating car crash that took the lives of 2 close team members, leaving Joshua emotionally shattered. The boxing world is now urging him to prioritize his health and consider stepping away, a stark reminder that some battles can't be fought in the ring.
Angel, my friend, God had his arms wrapped around you then. Condolences to the deceased. So terrible, young people. It just goes to show you, it's a stark reminder, but people, you've got to start paying attention. When driving a vehicle, you've got to be on clock at all times in a sound mind. Please don't drink. When you think it's all right, it's not. Please don't drug. When you think you can, you can't. It's a stark reminder that life's most fragile when you're enjoying yourself at the most. When you're in a good time and you're not thinking and everything's dandy, that's when tragedy can strike. That's when you're most vulnerable. So May God give the deceased a good bed in heaven, 2 young men.
The former two-time heavyweight champion had traveled to Nigeria to spend New Year with his family, a personal trip connected to his roots and heritage. It was intended as a brief, peaceful break before resuming training for a planned return to the ring in Saudi Arabia later this year. That fight, expected in February or March, was meant to be a stepping stone toward the long-anticipated mega clash with Tyson Fury in 2026. After the tragic crash, however, those plans now feel distant and secondary, with many urging Joshua to focus on his health and, for some, even consider stepping away from boxing and giving up his gloves.
But people have to wake up and start learning and start putting out there to people that you can't drive a vehicle at speed. You can't drink and drive, you can't drug and drive. Not saying any of these boys have been doing that, not at all. I'm just putting it out there, you know, because it's the time of year, it's Christmas, it's New Year. Now you've got to be careful the most, you know, especially with people walking about, other people, you know. When you get in a car, you must think of them, be in a sound mind and competent and pay due care and attention to everything you do. Again, condolences to the deceased's family. 2 young men should never have happened. AJ, God had his arms wrapped around you tight, you know, because looking at that crash, you're one lucky guy. And I'm pleased you're alive, son. I'm pleased you're alive.
The tragic events surrounding Anthony Joshua are a stark reminder that even the greatest warriors face battles far beyond the ring. As fans, analysts, and fellow fighters weigh in, one thing is clear: Joshua's health and well-being must come first. Whether he returns to the sport or decides to step away, his journey reminds us of the fragility of life and the strength it takes to endure loss. If you're a fight fan, share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Joshua should return, or is it time for him to hang up his gloves? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates from the world of boxing.